Alright family, so I'm about to water. Still looking up a good irrigation system, but this is some of the progress of our beets and geraniums that are good companion plants, and they're looking pretty good. We had some cooler weather, well, cool for Georgia, and a lot of rain lately. I'm gonna pick these off. Yeah. Ooh, I don't like to do that, but I'm gonna pick those off. But there's new bulbs coming up on there, so I'm just gonna doing a little pruning. These are squash, different squash. So I have some zucchini coming in. There we go. And married with marigolds, so that's a good companion to those. Marigolds pretty much help a lot of plants. These actually are cucumber here and dill. I just learned today that we really need to kind of take these spindles off, and they really don't serve a purpose. So according to TikTok, right? Someone on TikTok. So we'll probably do that because they are kind of getting in the way. And I have dill in here, and then I think my honey just added some marigolds just because they needed to be planted. These, oh, I really need to water them. This is more, it might be summer squash. I'm not exactly sure, but they look like they need some watering. I have cilantro in here. He just added some marigolds and sage, but I really have carrots in here that I really don't think will come up. So, yeah. And then all of these are pretty much squash and companion plants with the squash back here. And this is, I'm not sure of the silvery or white and why this is happening, so I gotta look it up. If you do know, let me know. I don't see really any bugs on the underside. I do see that it's fruiting, it's flowering and fruiting, so you know, it's growing, things are happening, and it's definitely shooting, spreading. So I'm not sure if that's normal or not. And then these are bean plants, and I have strawberries with these. This was, it just needs to be watered. And this is like our mint area, which is contained because mint has to be contained. It looks like there's one strawberry plant in there, and then there's some basil up top that I'm gonna water and needs to be pruned. Over here, some tomato plants that are doing pretty well, getting pretty tall. We have basil with them as well. I'm gonna prune the basil so it can bush out a little bit more. There is also some garlic in here just as companion planting, to keep things off of the tomatoes. Things don't like garlic too much. This is basil, but it looks like it's seeding a bit, bolting a bit. So I'm gonna take those off as well. This is bolting a little bit. And then this is a lot of like peppers, some tomatoes. I got my basil in here. This really shot up in just a couple of days. I have eggplant in here, which I'm getting eggplant flower right in there. So that's cool. Something was eating it. My husband's saying that these were Japanese beetles because they were like, they're big holes. And I really didn't see. I see aphids on the other underside. I think that's just what it is. So I gotta treat that, and I'm just gonna use some dish liquid and see if that will help. And back here was kind of just a project to have some broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, those 3 brassica plants in the back. And we'll see, you know, it's kind of warm for those. So the next thing I really want, in addition to a good irrigation system, because I really don't have time, but I don't have time for all of this. I don't have time for all of this not to do well when we did so much work either. So I do have time, right? But shade cloth is another thing that I really need to implement. And then this is some dill. It is bolting, but dill is actually a good companion plant with the brassicas as well. So says the Farmer's Almanac, right? So this isn't coming from me. This is coming from just like studying things like that. And this is chamomile. So I love my chamomile tea. Waiting for some flowers to come up or something like that. And then this is with, I believe this is broccoli. Let me check. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll put shade cloth over this and see how well they do. They are a bit close together, but they should be fine. I'm gonna give it all a good soaking, and then I will be out of here. Just wanted to show you all an update of how things are going. And then in the back, these are just compost bins. And I have a working compost bin back here. Let me zoom in. This one that's fuller is we're leaving alone. It's pretty much set. But the one in back there, and that's my little kitchen compost little bin that I empty out into there. So that's a working compost bin. And that's it. All right, guys, bye. So good morning. I am about to do some harvesting, see what we have. It's been raining for the past, like 3 days nonstop. So the garden has grown quite a bit. You can see in the background. And I'm just gonna see what we have this morning. I've been trying to get out almost every day because the zucchini and cucumbers have been really proliferating a lot, as you can imagine. And so I'm gonna show you what else is popping up. All right, so here are the tomato plants. We have, this is probably the biggest one we have. Still waiting on it to get, red. We have a lot of fruit in here under these leaves. I pruned this plant already, but it's still super tall. So this is a indeterminate, and all of these I believe are indeterminates, which means they will continue to grow until we stop them from growing by cutting them off at the top. Yeah, we got some fruit in there. So we have basil at the bottom, which I cut regularly as well. Some of these are starting to bolt, but I try to cut as much as I can so it doesn't go to seed, but it does. So we have to stake up these peppers. Sorry, gotta stake up these peppers because they're pretty tall, and the rain pushed them over. We had thunderstorms day after day, and everything grew so much, so much. We've had an issue with caterpillars over here with our brassicas, so you see how much they've eaten all of my cabbage. And we took so many caterpillars off, yet they continue to come. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just pull them up because they're eating more than control I have over them. So that's kind of disappointing, but that's that. And I don't see any fruit yet. So I could use this space for something else. And we did get some blackstrap molasses to put on, but I'm gonna have to use them in the fall. Use it in the fall. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look at that. It's just all eaten cabbage, and I still see. Let me see if I can zoom in. You see, there's a caterpillar in there, and yeah. Anyway, it's disappointing. Anyway, so let's move on to what we're picking today. which are zucchinis. So there's some zucchini in here that are good to pick. I like to pick them as young as possible. And there's a little chicken in here that I just got out. And like I said, all of the rain kind of like, I'm gonna have to cut a lot of these leaves away. But we've gotten a lot of zucchini and a lot of cucumber. And I see some more in there. So I gotta get that. See the cucumber in there, right there. And then this yellow squash is pretty much good to pick. Our cilantro is bolting, so I'm gonna cut it back. But it's really good, it's super tasty. We have marigolds like, you know, in between some of these plants, just to help with like bug control and pollinators. There were a lot of bees in here the other day. We have some, some zucchini in there that are nice and tender. See the shiny skin, nice tender skin. It's easier to cut. Here's some sage. So the air fryer is also a dehydrator, so I think I'm gonna cut some of this sage because it's really blooming a lot. And dehydrate it, and you put it in our spice blender, but also you can use a, what do they call it, like a food processor, just to chop it up and then create your own spices. So that's kind of my plan for the sage, because typically I only use sage for, like, you know, poultry and stuff like that during like Thanksgiving, making dressing or something. It's not like a regular thing I use it for, unless y'all know a reason or other dishes to put it in. But and this is just, these are blooming, but we took, well, I harvested quite a bit, like I said, the other couple days. Here's a ladybug. So they flowered again to create more fruit. When you see the fruit, when you see the flower, that means the fruit is produced after that flower. So that's what we're gonna focus on these. Excuse me, baby. Excuse me. Okay. I hear buzzing with all these cucumber flowers, and the cucumbers go up our gate right here. And you see all these flowers here. These are bush beans, and I don't see one growing just yet. I just see all of the flowers from it. In between here we do have some strawberries. There's one. Yeah, we're gonna pick that one. Okay, babe?
Can we pick it?
We can pick it. Okay, let's search for some more. So bush beans and strawberries are beans and strawberries are supposed to be companion plants. Hold on, honey.
Is it strawberry?
Yeah. Oh, there was one.
I love it.
Oh, let me see. Let me see.
Yeah.
You just picked it. Well,
Take this off.
you're gonna take it off?
Yeah. Take this off.
It's not super red, so it might be a little tart. Let's see. So we're gonna search for a few more strawberries and things. Another thing that we eat a lot are the mint leaves. So this is spearmint. It's very, very potent, like super strong. And the rest over here is, you got a tomato in here. This is basil, and I'm sorry, this is just peppermint, different types of peppermint. Right here, this does look like basil, but anyway, these are more herbs. and Osafa just eats the mint. He takes a mint leaf and he'll eat it. Yeah, so about to harvest a little bit of what I can harvest. I want to can some pickles today. So I'm gonna get all of these cucumbers, and I'm probably gonna blanch and freeze the rest of the zucchini, because it's just too much of it. Not too much, but you know. And yeah, so these are beets as well, in between some geraniums that are companions to beets. And we're out here in Georgia, but before it gets super hot, it's fairly early in the morning. So I think the chicken did this. I'm glad I got it out. Anyway, this is it, y'all. I'll talk to you later.